Hi guys, welcome back to the second part of this mammoth beauty clear out that I'm currently embarking on. I'm still here, sat on my floor, surrounded by products. Moon's still here. She's only eaten 2 things so far. So if you haven't seen the first part of this video, I will leave it up here for you to go and watch. I basically am clearing out my entire beauty collection, and I gave you an overview of what I was working with, where everything was gonna go, all the products that I had to sort, and yeah, I got about halfway through, so I did quite a bit, but I still have a lot more to go, so I decided to do a 2-parter. I've just gone and got myself some lunch and a much needed coffee as well, so I'm gonna power through. So this is what I have achieved so far. This is concealers, highlighters, primers, foundations, and powders. I've got a lot of stuff over here that's going to be given away. I've also thrown a lot of very old and, you know, unusable makeup out. And then this is what is left. So I've got mascaras, eye products, lipstick, palettes, which looks kind of daunting, and bronzers and blush. So I think I'm going to start there. I also keep finding beauty blenders and beauty sponges wherever I go. I've even got some of these mini ones, which I don't think I've actually used. This is about your size, isn't it? As I'm going through all of these, I'm also going through my Muji drawers, which were my original makeup storage. Can you believe all my makeup used to fit into one of these? And I'm not sure what to do with them. I don't know if I should hang on to them and keep them. Basically everything that is in here I haven't touched for so long because it just gets forgotten about. But for now, I'm going to move on to these 2 bottom drawers. So I think these are all blushes. I also have these blushes as well. Okay, let's start with some of these Benefit box blushes because these really do take up so much space. I actually have 2 of these ones. These are the newest. I don't think I've actually used this one though. This one is definitely for the giveaway pile. These 2 I used to use a lot. I've actually hit pan on this and I very rarely hit pan on anything. Either way, I think both of these are probably a little bit past it. I've had them for so many years. Same with these Tarte ones. I have a lot of different colours of these. Some are a lot newer than others. This one I got quite recently. This was Exposed and I have wanted the shade for so long. Went all the way to New York to get it. Definitely going to keep that. These 2 are Charlotte Tilbury. I love this formula of blush. They're kind of like 2 shades and you mix them together. They're both so nice. I actually have another one of these. I feel like I should maybe not keep all of these, but they are such beautiful blushes. I think I will put those in there for now. These are cream ones, so they should probably go in the bin. They're so old. Look at this one, that's disgusting. This is Gerbera from Stila. Such a nice blush. And then this one is Poppy. I feel like I might repurchase this because it is probably my favourite cream blusher ever. Saying that though, I do have the Cloud paints now from Glossier. These are amazing. I am obsessed with them. They are so good. I also have this, which you guys would have seen me talk about loads in videos. It's the Perricone MD No Blush Blush, which is such a pretty cream blusher colour. This can definitely go. It's the Revlon Insta Blush. Don't like that at all. Then I have these multiples from NARS. One of these is a matte multiple. These are so nice, but I think they discontinued them because I never see them anymore. I'm gonna end up with so many swatches on my hand. Maui is a really pretty color. It's kind of more like a dusky pink, so I think I'm gonna keep that one. This is so cute. Look, I don't think I've ever even used this. These are such a throwback, these Benefit tints. I have the original Benny tint, Posy tint, and Lolly tint. I love the idea of this, but I just never really use it, and I find it quite awkward to use, especially when I have products underneath, so I think I can say goodbye to those 2. These are both from Illamasqua, the Zygomatic and Rude. These are both really nice. This one is such a pretty colour. It's kind of like NARS Douceur in a cream blush. They're kind of old as well. I think it's time to say goodbye to these. Hourglass blushes, I have a couple of these. I'm gonna hang on to them because they are amazing formulas. The Frat Boy blush, one of these is brand new, so I think I'm gonna give that one away. I just remember loving this so much, but I can't really remember what was so special about it. I'm actually so impressed with myself that I've managed to narrow down that many blushes to just this. Okay, I think this is good going. I better carry on this way. So I've got the 3 Charlotte Tilbury blushes, 1 Tarte blush, my Glossier Cloud paints, the Perricone MD No Blush Blush, 2 Clarins powder blushes, and then the 2 Hourglass ones. I think that is a pretty good little blush collection. I'm happy with that. So let's move on to bronzers now. Hopefully I can be as strict with myself about all of these. I actually have quite a lot of bronzers. And I'm going to pick out my favourites and the ones that I reach for the most, which actually has been these three here, these contour sticks. Two of them are from Tanya Burr Cosmetics and one of them is from Clinique. I really love this Clinique Chubby Stick contour, so that is definitely going to stay. I feel like I could probably get rid of one of these actually. There's two different colours. These are the two shades, so yeah, I think it's the light one, which is the one on the left, which I use the most, so I'm going to hang on to that. I also use this L'Oreal Glam Bronze Cushion as well a lot. I think I just really like cream products when it comes to bronzer. The same with this Perricone MD No Bronzer Bronzer, that definitely has to stay. As for powders, there aren't that many actually that I really reach for on a daily basis. I do like this Marc Jacobs coconut powder, which is just so huge. It's really good actually for bronzing your body, like arms and legs and things like that if you want a really huge bronzer. I also take it with me when I'm going away because it has such a good mirror on it. It's a really big mirror. Anything else in here that I want to save? I'm going to keep the Chanel Le Beige bronzer because this is so nice in itself and it's limited edition, so you can't get these anymore, which is such a shame because it's a really great one. I do have a couple of old favourites like this here from Chanel. This is another super throwback product. I feel like this is one of the OG first proper beauty products that people talked about on YouTube. I always loved the idea of it, but I never seem to be able to get it right. This is the Illamasqua Cream Pigment in Hollow, such a good contour for pale skin, as well as this Kevyn Aucoin, the sculpting powder. We all know this is the good stuff. So I'm gonna keep that as well. And then I think that might be everything. I've got things like NARS Laguna, which I've had for so many years and I love the idea of, but I just never reached for. I do love the original Hoola. Maybe I'll keep this one because it does have my name on it as well, which is super cute. So I think all of this I can say goodbye to. That's a lot of bronzer. And then these are the ones that I'm gonna be keeping. So I've got two contour sticks, I've got a couple of cream bronzers, I've got my two pale skin contouring shades that I love, Hoola, my big body bronzer, the Chanel one, and then the Hourglass. So I think those are the ones I'll be keeping. So that is blush and bronzer done. I'm happy with that. So next I have face palettes. A lot of these are kind of just bronzer palettes or maybe like highlighting palettes, but they're all basically face ones. I love the idea of palettes and I use palettes a lot because they're just so convenient. I mean, you have everything all in one, but some of these really big bulky ones I just don't ever get out because, I mean, there's not many occasions when I need to have 3 different contours and 3 different highlighting colours. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, which I think is really good, but I have only ever really used this contour and this highlight colour, so it's kind of a little bit of a waste. I have a few more contour palettes like this Anastasia contour kit, which again is so good. Some of the colours in this are amazing, but it's just so big and bulky to have when you only really use one of them. I've got a Cover FX one, which is a cream contour palette actually, but I'm not sure I've ever really used anything but that one. Not sure why I picked that one because it looks super orange. There's this one too, which is from Diego de la Palma. So yeah, I think pretty much all of these contour kits can go because I don't really need them in my collection. This one I do like though. This is the Smashbox contour palette. It has 2 contour colours and then a setting powder in it, and it's just really slim and easy to travel with, so I think I'm gonna hang on to that one. Same with this Hourglass palette, which is actually a cream palette. It has blusher, bronzer and highlight, which is what I love. I think palettes with these 3 things in them are super handy. Same goes with this palette too. This is my favourite thing ever. I talk about these so much and I've been through so many of them, but I just love a lazy girl's palette where everything you need is in one. This is from Rimmel and it's really good. Who remembers this? This is such a throwback. This is probably one of the first proper palettes that I ever bought. I was so excited about this. It's from the NARS Guy Bourdin collection. So pretty. It has so many good colours in here. I kind of want to keep this just for sentimental reasons, This is one of my favourite palettes, this Hourglass Marble face palette. It's actually really good for travelling with because it has powders, bronzers and blushes and a highlight in there too. Definitely want to hang on to that. I do get a lot of use out of it. Same with this Charlotte Tilbury palette. I use this so much. I even use this today. This one, oh my god, I was so excited when this came out. Who remembers the Jaclyn Hill palette? Still think it's awesome. Don't think you can actually get hold of it now though, but I have to hang on to that one because it's so special. I've also got the Becca and Chrissy Teigen palette, which I got recently. Not sure I love this one as much. Doesn't seem to be as many kind of wearable tones in here. And then I have another Jaclyn Hill palette here as well. This is the one that Susie got me, which I just smashed to pieces. Okay, these are the ones I've decided to keep because, I mean, who needs more than 6 face palettes? Let's be serious. I've got the Jaclyn Hill one, the Becca Chrissy Teigen one, obviously the Charlotte Tilbury one's gonna stay, the Hourglass Cream palette, the Smashbox Contour palette, and then the Rimmel Kate palette, which I love. Not bad. Okay, let's move on to this pile. Where do I begin? I think I'm gonna maybe split these into brands. So I think I have all of the Urban Decay Naked palettes. So we've got the Naked Basics palette, the Smoky, and then 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I can't get rid of this. This is just memories. Look at this. I think and still think this is probably the best naked eyeshadow palette they've ever done. I think I am going to keep this because of all of the naked ones. This is the one that I have used and like the most. The other ones I'm not such a massive fan of. I love the packaging of this one. This is number 3, but I never really liked the really pinky tones of the colours. And then I have number 2 here, which Urban Decay actually sent me a personalised decorated version of, which is so cool. I do really enjoy this one though. This is the Smoky palette. I think this is probably one of the more used palettes out of all of these here that I own. The Naked Basics palette is so small and cute, and if you're not massively into eyeshadow but you want a little bit of something, I think this is so good to get. But they have since then done an Ultimate Basics, which is kind of a more amped up version. My mirror fell out of this, so I'm kind of a little bit annoyed about that, but these colours are awesome. I've also got my MAC eyeshadows, which I feel like I only completed this maybe 6 months ago. MAC eyeshadows are not the kind of formulas that I reach for anymore. I think there are so many better options out there for such a better price, but I mean, I spent a lot of my life and a lot of my money building this, so I feel like I can't really get rid of that. These are some of my favourite eyeshadow palettes, these Zoeva ones. I have quite a few of them, and honestly I think these are so comparable to MAC eyeshadows. They are 10 times more pigmented, they last so much longer, and I mean, if you get a few palettes, you pretty much have any shade that you could want that MAC do as well. And these palettes are about £10 each, maybe a little bit more, but definitely not expensive at all. I've also got the Lorac Pro palette, which is so good. I haven't used this for a while, but the colours in here and the colour payoff as well, so nice. This palette is one of my favourites. This is an Illamasqua one. It's the neutral palette. I love this because it has a really intense matte black in it, and I think an eyeshadow palette is never complete without a matte black, so this one can definitely stay. This palette is another Urban Decay one. It's so gorgeous. Look at all of these colours. They are just, you can't see it very well on camera, but they're just super glittery and shimmery. But I mean, I don't often wear glitter. If I do, it's at Christmas time, and I kind of feel like I can't keep an eyeshadow palette just to use for one time of the year. So of all of that, these are the ones I'm going to keep. I've got my MAC palette. I'm going to keep the Naked palette, the first one, the Naked 2, just because I can't give this away, and then the Smoky one. I've got the NARS Assist palette that I like at the moment, the Illamasqua one, and then I was only going to keep 2 of these, or 1 of these Zoeva ones, but I can't pick between those 2, they're just so good. My Lorac Pro palette, and then the Stila in the Light palette, which I totally forgot about, but this is amazing. It has Kitten in it, which is one of my all-time favourite eyeshadows, and it's just a really good bunch of colours, so I don't think that's too bad. So now I can sort out my actual single eyeshadows. I really don't know if I'm gonna keep a lot of these because I don't use single eyeshadows. I tend to just stick to palettes. So the ones that I do want to keep are these Charlotte Tilbury Cream Shadows. These are so nice. They're Probably my favourite formula of cream eyeshadow. So there's a kind of shimmery pale pink, a goldy bronze, and then a nice dark brown. So I think I definitely have to keep all of those. I also want to keep one of these Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow. These are so intense. They're basically like glitter encapsulated in a cream. Oh, do you like those? I think I'm going to keep the lighter one just because I think it will go with more eyeshadow looks, whereas the other one's a bit too dark. These are from Benefit. They're the Duo Shadow Blenders. They're kind of like 2 eyeshadows in one pan, and then you get this strange little bobbly thing which looks like the end of a microphone, and you're supposed to kind of go like that and get 2 colours on at the same time and sort of blend it out like that. I have to say I'm not a massive fan of these. I think I've used one of them, but they're just a little bit awkward to use, and they're also quite bulky to keep. They're pretty big packaging for just single eyeshadows, so I'm not going to keep those. I've just remembered there's a whole other drawer of eyeshadows here and here. I've got some more here as well. Oh, I thought that was going to be so much easier. I have quite a lot of ColourPop eyeshadows. This one I use a lot actually. This is called Cornelius. It's such a good crease colour, and I love this one too, this blue shade. I used this in my New Year's Eve makeup tutorial, which I posted last year. I wish I could put these all into a palette because they just take up so much space, but I don't really want to get rid of any of them. As for everything else in here, I think there's only a couple I really want to keep. I think this Dior cream eyeshadow is really pretty. Oh yeah, look at that. Super sparkly. I've also got a couple of MAC pigments. This one I wore at Festival last year. It's so pretty. It's like a lilac pigment. Really, really nice. I think they're just handy to have. I think it's always good to have a few pigments lying around, so I think I will hang on to those. I do have a ton, and I literally mean just endless amounts of, I think these are like either liquid liners or pencils, these kind of like eyeshadow crayon sticks, lots of eyeliners, pencil liners in 1,000 different colours. So I feel like this is going to be so much harder to go through. Why do I have a bright yellow eyeliner? So these are all the eyeshadow sticks that I have, the kind of cream roll-up eyeshadow sticks. These are all by Terry ones, which I do really like. I've just swatched all of them on my hand, and I don't really think there's one that I could get rid of. They are so good though, so I think I can hang on to all of those. These Estee Edit ones I do really like as well. There's one colour in particular which is Spiced that I love. I use this literally on a daily basis. I need to get a new one. These Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow sticks I love as well. The colours are gorgeous, but they just dry out so quickly. You can see the lids just pop off really easily. And then these Burberry ones, they're kind of pretty much exactly the same as the By Terry ones. One of these I do use a lot, which is this one. It's a slightly more warmy tone brown, so I'm going to keep that one. And I think I can say goodbye to the other one. What else is in here? Quite a lot of brow pencils actually. I own a lot of brow products for some reason, and honestly I only use about 2 or 3 of these. I always go back to my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I've got some backups in here, so I think I'll hang on to those. Apart from that though, I don't know if there's any of these that I would save. Maybe this Rimmel one actually. These are the brow fiber pencils. They do actually have little fibers in them, so they really bulk out your brows quite well. These are all liquid liners, which is so weird to me because I can't even remember the last time I wore liquid liner. The Tom Ford one is gorgeous, but it's really hard to work with. It's super black and intense though, so I do like that. I think this was my favourite before, this Balm Schwing liner. I do remember really enjoying that. This Stila Stale Day is amazing. It literally doesn't budge. Okay, so I'm going to keep these 3. I've got the Topshop Magic Liner, which is amazing. The Charlotte Tilbury, the Feline Flick. These 2 could be the same product. I mean, even the packaging is identical. It's just different colours. I think they probably make these in the same place. And then the Ico one. I think that is it for eye pencils. So I've got shadow sticks, brows, and then liners as well. So that is all that I'm keeping out of all of those. So I think mascaras are going to be a bit easier to get rid of because some of these just need to be binned because they've been open for so long. I don't really try a lot of other mascaras that aren't L'Oreal ones because I know I just love these so much. These are my favourite ones, the Volume Million range. I've got 4 of these, I think, 4 of them. This one by far is definitely the best one for me. This is the So Couture. I do like the Feline one as well. I think this is pretty good. The rest of them I'm not super impressed by. This one isn't very good. I don't like this. So those two I think can go. This is the one that I've been using at the moment, this Lash Paradise that everybody seems to be so into. I think it's kind of rubbish actually. I still totally love this Baby Roll mascara in the teal blue colour. I think it is gorgeous. As for the black one, I haven't used this one really. I don't think it's the best brush. Telescopic always will be such a good range as well. These are old though, they definitely need repurchasing. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of those. So those can stay. This one as well is definitely staying. This is my favourite mascara probably ever, I want to say. That's a pretty bold claim. The It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, so that one can stay. This I'm using as well at the moment, the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. It's kind of actually very, very similar to this one, probably a bit more intense, but the brushes and pretty much everything is exactly the same. This Charlotte Tilbury one I'm going to get rid of because it just transfers so terribly. This Chanel one I like as well, the Chanel Volume Mascara. It's a bit of a classic really. I think that one isn't too old, so I'll hang on to that. Nothing else is really standing out to me from the rest of these to hang on to. Mascara's done. That was pretty painless. So we find ourselves here again. This is what I have done. I'm pretty impressed with this. I've made a considerable dent. Pretty large dent in my collection, so we are so nearly there. I just have this left to do now, which is lipsticks. It is pretty much all lipsticks, and then I do need to find a home for this. So guys, this two-parter is now going to turn into a trilogy. I'm going to be back the week after next with the third and hopefully final part of this video, and I am going to have a giveaway for you guys because I know you'd be really interested in some of the makeup that I haven't used before. I've got a whole lot of it, so hopefully I can be sharing that with you guys as well. So thank you all for sticking around and watching my ridiculous clear out. Stay tuned for part 3, which will be up the week after next on Friday, and I will see you all soon. Bye.